Welcome, Transformers fans. My name is Composite EnerJoe, and today I will be bringing you my review of the Transformers The Last Knight Voyager class Optimus Prime. And here is the big man himself in his alt mode, a Western Star 5700 custom red and blue semi-truck. And this is a really cool alt mode, I have to say. It's chock full of details from these small silver bits here. The grayish smokestacks and back part. Here are the headlights, and it's also full of smaller details. From where the grill is, you can see a very tiny Autobot logo right there, and there's even a tiny Autobot logo on the, I don't know if that's coming out correct, but right there in the center of the rims of each of the wheels. And I just noticed this, but the front two wheels are different from the two back ones. And there's even a very small, well, slightly bigger, Western, let's see if I can get it to frame, Western Star logo right there. And also, the Western Star logo, it can also be seen here. And also, right there on the door, where it says Western Star 5700 OP, which are obviously Optimus Prime's initials. So, this is truck mode, nice rolly wheels, goes back and forth very nicely. This isn't really the best surface, but it rolls quite well. So, here we have them. So, let's get to the transformation, shall we? First, we take off his shield, which we'll use later in truck mode, and we go underneath, under the undercarriage, and pull out his sword. Now, before I get to transforming, I just want to point out this here. This is his sheath in robot mode. This is where you can store the sword, like this, when he's in robot mode. And if you didn't really notice, this is also the truck mode that he had in Age of Extinction, which transferred over into The Last Knight. So, to transform him, we start off by popping this top bit and sort of, not accordionate, but sort of pulling it up and over to the back. And then you pop these panels out from this peg, from this hole, you pull it out. And you do the same on the other side. Basically, to transform this guy, you have to essentially turn him inside out. So then, we separate the middle, where separate this bit from the arms. Excuse me. And then we open them up and open them up. Looks really weird, but this is how you start them off. Then, how do you do this? You don't have to pull out the head yet. Oh, then you can come back here. Separate these light gray parts are sort of a almost rubbery, that you just take these, fold them to the other side like this, and then on this side do the same. These will eventually become the legs. Then you come, I don't know if I can get that frame here. You take this bit, separate it like this, do the same on this side. Basically, you see these pegs here go into this slot like that. Then you peg it out. So now we're gonna do the legs first. So fold these down, fold these. You're doing this. Fold these down, fold these down, forward, forward. Then, how was it? Oh, do you turn these around? Yeah, you do. You turn, another important thing, this little waist bit, this is going to be his front skirt. Turn this entire thing over. And you have some distance. And turn this around. Turn this around. These are his legs. Starting to look more like a robot. There's a little peg here. It connects to a little peg hole that's here, combine it. Not combine, but like connect it. Then here you have to separate this foot part like that. Fold it forward. And then you turn this, and there's a little peg hole for this peg, and you sort of lift it and put it in, and now we're almost done with the foot. This hinge, flip it over, turn, put it like this. Oh, before that, this little front part, you can actually pull this forward, move it until there's like a soft click here that puts it in place. Then you put it like this, fold this up like this, and then connect this peg here, like so. And then we have one foot, well, one leg. And second leg, you repeat the process. Fold this out, make sure that's there. Turn it, peg it there. Oh, same thing. Fold that around and connect it. And also put the front skirt down. And now we have his legs. So let's move. Let me aim it a little bit more up. Let me angle it better. There we go. So we get his head, his chest and torso. This part is going to be a chest. We fold forward, it's like this, move it like that. And then, is that the next step? No. The next thing we do is we fold. Well, just to get out of the way, get his arms, fold them, sort of collapse them down here in the forearms. Then over here, same thing, collapse these down, and then you have his forearms. So then, yes, these panels, you can fold them in like so. Move that for clearance, like so, and like so. Collapse them in and they sort of peg together. And then this part, it's kind of hard to sort of explain this, but you see these two peg holes? You are supposed to connect it with these two on the doors. So you sort of have to angle it in a way where, angle it, where you can get the doors, there we go, to connect and peg together. So then we have his moderately acceptably sized backpack. So then, arms out of the way, pull the shoulder armors back into the side like this, unpeg them from this peg point, swivel them over to the side, and then basically you get the arms like this and move them back until they have a soft click there as well. And then pull back, you go in here, pull back, pull up the head. There's his head. Make sure you put the chin up as far as it can go. Then fold this forward and push it in. Then you push it in. Now, he seems like he's almost done. Well, he seems to be almost done, and he almost is. But the next part might seem unimportant, but it actually helps in keeping the chest from popping off like that. And what you do is you see these chest bits. Grab one and fold it up until it can't go any further. And fold it up. And make sure those are there. And here we have, more back, here we have, don't want to stay still, here we have Optimus Prime. And let me get a closer look here. And this is a really cool robot mode. It's really well done. And the transformation was also pretty fun. I have a couple complaints on this. And the couple complaints I have would be that Well, one, this backpack doesn't really, it's kind of a bit on the loose end. I don't know if that's just my copy or if they all do that. It's a bit on the, it doesn't really, not that tight of a peg, of a connection. And then, heads, fine. The other thing is that on mine, these arms tend to pop forward too easily. However, I do see that as a bit of a benefit, as sort of a blessing in disguise in a way. Disguise. All right, let's get his weapons. So here we have his shield, peg, hole. You know what to do. There. So now we have his. Oh, now we have his shield. Next we have his sword. Put it here. Now he's ready. He's ready to take down some Decepticons or Quintessons or whatever he's going to be fighting in last night. So, nice posability. Well, let me get to the posability. Well, not yet. Put a sword and put the thing. And put him in a sheath, which is right there. Sheath it. Put that back. And there we go. He has his sheath. And I love it when they do that, where you're able to do a pretty cool weapon storage like that. It was also pretty cool in the truck mode where you could put it underneath as well, which has its own little, which I don't see it. Where is it? Can't seem to find it in his robot mode. Well, here's Optimus Prime. Let's get into some posability. Yeah, articulation. All right. Arms, well, if you get this armor bits out of the way, arms go that far. Can do that. Can do that. Do that. Arms bend that far, back that far. Legs can do a pretty decent kick. Go that far. Forward, back, that far. Same thing. Oh, well, one thing, when his sword is sheathed, it kind of limits how far back you can move his legs. So just be careful with that. So I'm going to have him hold it. And now I'm going to bring in the part where, because of this thing, this right here, you can actually disconnect that. And he can actually hold the sword in both hands. So there you go. Not exactly perfect, but you can probably finagle it better than I can. Yeah, have him do that, or even more so, and I think there was a movie poster that had him do this. Oh, you can reenact the scene from Age of Extinction where he's pulling out the sword. Yeah, so there you go. So there you go. These loose connections on mine gave me the idea to do this, and allows him to be able to hold the sword in both hands. So, and to transform him back is pretty much just go in reverse order of what I did. Just do what I did backwards, and you can get him back into his truck mode. And that is, oh, a couple complaints. I said looseness here, back here, but aside from that, it would be that I would have liked if his face had the silver paintings on his cheeks. If you look at his face, it's all blue. I would have liked if he had the silver accents on sort of his cheeks and a little bit on his head. It's a bit too blue for my liking. But other than that, I highly recommend this toy. This is a very well done figure. In fact, this is what I feel should have been the figure back in Age of Extinction. What we had there was the evasion mode Optimus, which was the movie Optimus, but in a Generation 1 Mack truck mode, and then he transforms into this form. But that was only available in the leader class, which I didn't really like. I thought the leader class was a bit too pricey, and it had that massive backpack, and just, I didn't really like it. This, however, is sleek enough where the only boxy parts are this, and this, but it's doable. And I actually really like this cool sword. This is a very, very well done sword with a nice lot of sort of Cybertronian detail on both sides. Oh, and one little tiny thing, this here almost looks like, and I checked, there's nothing on here. I thought you could peg this somewhere, like maybe on the side like that or something. I thought that'd be a pretty cool little thing that they could have done, because it looks like this should peg into something, but it doesn't. So, let me put it back in the sheath. So there we have. Let me do the pose. So then that is my review of Transformers, The Last Knight, Voyager class, Optimus Prime. Oh, this is a Composite EnerJoe signing off. See ya.